Hello out there, this is MacGyver. Welcome to MacGyver's Tire and Wheel. Pete and I, we've got a few things done. It's been a hot, slow summer there, I guarantee you. Yeah, but anyway, we got a few things to show. So, up first there, I took the wheels off of these. These are Matchbox. I don't know what these things are called as far as just some kind of truck. Big old trucks there. It's like size of the size scale of a truck like at the mines, a big giant thing. But anyway, I took the wheels off of these because I needed them. And so these here's just junk. I might be able to use the tanks off of them someday, but as of for now, they just gonna be hanging out in the junk box, no doubt. And the wheels, I finally put them on. I got this truck done. This one come from Jesse's Diecast Garage that he had sent me. So I finally got some wheels on it, using the wheels off of those two tanker things. And I lifted it to where they would fit. And I had to do a little bit of filing. Let me get my sticker there. Alright. I got to adjust this thing. Alright, let's see now. If you zoom in a little bit. Alright. I was going to try to show you what I did. I had to file out a little bit right in there. Just right in the corner. And on the back. Because it came straight down and the tires was rubbing. And I also filed a little bit in around the corners of this. Just to get the tire to where it wouldn't be rubbing the fenders. And that's about it as far as, and I took a hacksaw and I cut a slot from the outside of the frame for the axle to lay in. And these axles were not long enough. So, did I say I took a file? Yeah, I took this round file of mine that I use all the time. There it is, the file. And I got me a groove established in the frame, and I just filed back and forth and kept filing down. And these wheels, our axles were not long enough, so I put them in ink pen tubes. I made my ink pen tube long enough. Then I JB welded the axle into the wheel into the tube. And so after filing that notch, this here ink pen tube fit in that notch on the front and back just right. Had to do the back the same way. But anyway, there it is. Let me zoom back out now. Rolls fine. No doubt. And this here truck, it had that A-frame thing. A piece that come up on both sides, and then it had another little deck that swiveled. Well, all that, I think Jesse took all that off. I don't think I did. I think he had already removed that. But anyway, I got one of those deck things from one that I took apart of my own there a few years back. And I used it this week too. So it'll be coming up here in a little bit. You'll see it, what I did with it. But anyway, I got that done. Alright, and up next, I got the wrecker. I got the wheels put on the wrecker, the dual wheels, and this came with the kit. Of course, this is a Chevy rack. The rack that this came with was probably, it was a yellow rack. But I used the black one because I got plans for the yellow one on something else. But anyway, this was a dual wheeled kit. So, this wrecker. And it came with an extra set of dual wheels. And so I finally got dual wheels put on my other truck. So yeah, I got it dualed out. You might not be able to see it in there, but anyway, got dual wheels on both of these. And excuse me if I keep repeating myself sometimes. It just happens. But anyway, that's another rack loaded. Yes, indeed. So, glad to have that done. So we're going to set that out the way. And I had to do a little bit of shuffling, and I did some tire swapping around. On this one, this here gold one on the top, it came with little old skinny, regular old looking rims. There, that's what came on it. I didn't like the looks of those wheels. Little old skinny tire. So, well, it's still got skinnies on the front like that. But anyway, before we mounted it on the rack, we took it apart and we put a set of super wides on the back. Had to do a little bit of frame alterations, but we got it fitted in there. Got the wheels on it. And we put it on this black rack. Don't pay no attention to the Dodge A100 thing that's wrote on it. But anyway, we put it on here, and I had this white one and another white one together on another rack, and I moved it over here and put it in this one. The reason I did that's because these two, well, I just did that because the next two that's coming up was sort of a matching pair almost. So anyway, excuse me for having my fingers in the way so much too. I keep forgetting about not doing that. But anyway, this is 69 Camaros. The one, I think the top one's an RS, the bottom one is an SS. And the reason I know the bottom one is an SS is because it has SS on the, well, I thought it had SS on there. Let me see. That looks like an SS under the word Camaro. Yeah, but anyway, I think the top one's an RS, Rally Sport, and this one's Super Sport. Well, like I said, these are 69 Camaros. The one on the bottom, I think it was one I found at old Rally's way back here, probably a year or so ago. Anywho, I had this one on, this white one was on a different rack, but I moved it to this one. And the reason is because these here two are sort of a matching set. Almost. They both red, white, and blue. Well, no, the top one don't have any white one on it. I thought it did. Oh well. Anywho, that's two more 69 Camaros. Oh yeah, look at there. Oh, I was going to say that you can see the headlights. Those are hideaway headlights. Yeah, those are hideaway headlight cars. Never even really noticed that before. Even while I was working on them, putting them together. On the racks, that is. But anyway, glad to have these done. Yeah. Well, I got to get rid of these writing someday on these racks. I don't know. It'll probably be another year or so before I get to that, if I'm lucky. But anyway, I see some fuzz laying on the back. Yeah, these things have been sitting around collecting some dust since I put them together. I did these a couple of weeks ago. I've just been putting off doing a video, dang it. That's the way it is. Alright, up next. I got, this is a highway hauler. This is an original highway hauler. I've got the back end snapped loose from it. That's why it looks like it's all raised up in the back, because it is. It's just sitting there. The reason I got this here cab off is I'm going to show y'all something about it. Oh, it went the wrong way. Come on now. Alright, now, I got another highway holder, and I took the box off, and the reason I got this one out here so I can show y'all how the frame is made inside. Y'all see that? Okay, where's my stick? What I did is I customized a couple of these. Diecast Looney said he can't wait to see it. He can't wait to see my customizing I was going to do. So I finally decided to get around to messing with it, and we'll show y'all. I took a hacksaw and I cut the frame right here, this purple part. I cut it down. All right. The reason I did it there is because, as you can see right here, this purple ends. So I just cut it straight across right there. On both here and over here, I cut it down. All right, then I took the saw and I cut it right here. I cut straight down here on both of those little bars. And after I got this piece took out, then I took a pair of pliers and I grabbed the hold of this piece that was still sticking out, and I turned the pliers this way on this one, and it broke it off. I was figuring if I turned it the other way, it might not break off right. So I moved the pliers this way and broke it off, and then I took the pliers and grabbed the hold of this other side, and I broke it off. I probably could have broke it off without making these cuts, but I wasn't. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. But that's what I did. And then when I got through with that part, cutting all that off, then I come back and I'm trying to show y'all. It's through the camera. It ain't an easy thing. All right, I come back and I took the hacksaw and I cut right across there. Yeah, cut right across there and removed this section back here, but I still got my mud flaps. All right, when I got through with all that, getting all them pieces off, then this here piece wanted to twist back and forth because it's riveted on. So I put some JB weld in there. I crammed in some JB weld up in here to where it wouldn't twist no more. Once the JB weld got hardened. And then I made me a plate that would fit on here, flat plate out of M2 plate, put it on. Then I put a plate up the back to hide this here hole that left, this gapping hole right in there. And then once I got all that done, it was finished. So we're gonna set this over here and this too. Well, we might need to show something about that in a minute. So anyway, once I got all that done, here it is. There's what it looks like. I guess I should have been showing you on this one instead of the other one, but I was, like I said, I had the other one out so I could show you what it used to look like. Let's see if we can set this back up here. There they are. Excuse me. As you can see, put me a piece of diamond plate on the top, and I went ahead and put a piece on the back to cover up the gaping hole. And as you can see, the back end there is where I cut off that. So anyway, when I got through with that, put me a hole in it there for the trailer hitch. Yes, indeed. And I built me a trailer. Now this here truck, this is the Beatles truck. If anybody, most of y'all probably know what I'm talking about. The Beatles band had on the box got the Beatles. Yeah, well, that's what this is. And so now we're gonna back out again like that. And here's the trailer. How about that? That's what I made. So it took two of these orange trucks, and I took both boxes and I JB welded both boxes together first. I had to remove Let's see. I had to remove the tab on the bottom on the box, and I had to remove the front tab. See, there's a tab sticking out. I cut both of those off, and then I JB welded the two boxes together. Oh, it's still something I totally forgot to work on this one. Oh well, it's still just a little minor thing I forgot. So anyway, I had this second truck. Remember, it took two of these. Well, on the second truck, I cut the frame. I cut the frame off right here, even with this here. No, let's see. Yeah, I think it was right even with that. Yeah, right there. And I mounted it on the trailer. After I put two M2 plates. I put a small M2 plate, because the M2 plate wasn't long enough by itself to fit fully length, so I had to make me two of them. So I got two M2 plates and made my pieces, and I drilled a hole, put a tongue in it, and it's a piece of metal. It's an axle from a larger car that I scrapped a long time ago. I've been saving axle. And so anyway, there's the diesel truck back in. I did the same thing on this one. I cut that back piece off to where we just had the flat mud flaps. Very little mud flap, ain't it? But anyway, that's what we did there. Made a trailer, and Diecast Looney said he was looking forward to seeing my trailer if I build one. And I was talking about doing the green one, but I decided for right now I'm not going to do the green one. Not because it's anything hard. It's just it takes two green ones to make one, and I only got two. Now I got three of these. That's why that's why I made the orange one, because I got those two and this one. So yeah, I wanted to have one that original too, So if I get my hands on another green one, I'll probably build a green one like this one. But anyway, that's what I did there. And the reason we went with the wheels that's on here and didn't put diesel wheels on it is because diesel wheels are a lot bigger. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's turn this around here like this. And put them up there together, and I just told a fib. I can put diesel wheels on it. If I couldn't, then the purple one wouldn't have diesel wheels on it. I just didn't have enough diesel wheels, and besides, these are rubber tires, so we decided we'd just leave these on it. I like the looks of these wheels anyway. They look good. And they ain't like thin pieces of rubber on there. They got some meat on the wheels. So anyway, that's diesel wheels I had put on this one a long time ago. But anyway, glad to have this finally done. Another diesel truck for my collection. Diesel truck and trailer to go in my truck and trailer collection. So anyway, after I got through with all that, since the old truck cab was left over, I decided to build something else out of it. Remember I mentioned a little bed earlier in the video that came off of one of the first trucks there with the tilt? Well, I took the bed and I mounted it on this truck cab and got it done. And what I did with this to do this is I first put, let me get this one back over here. On this truck, I put a plate across the bottom. Well, let's see. No, I put a plate on the back of the cab first. And I covered up the gaping hole. And then I tested it, and this here was going to be this white piece is going to be too low for the rear wheels. It would have been like that. So I went ahead and I put me a plate on the top just like I did this one. And that gave me that little bit of height I needed in the deck. Then I mounted the deck on there and let it set up. And once it got set up, then I built my wheels. I built the wheel assembly as the way I always do. I stack pieces of M2 to get plate together. until I got it built up enough that the wheels clear the frame, or the bed rather. And once I got that mounted on there where I wanted it and let it set up, then I come back and I built my pieces to go in here. You got to get this on here first and get it adjusted to the length you want it, the where you want, like the looks of it. Now see, I could have took and moved these forward or back all the way to the back, but I wanted to give it this here look that you see. So like I said, once I get all this mounted, then I come back and I make my 2 elbow pieces, and I put them in, and then I put me a piece inside them to station, stiffen it up, and that gives it a frame appearance. Makes it look like it's got a frame under there instead of just a little thin piece of white piece. Yeah, no doubt. Excuse me. And the rear wheels. All right, let me get this here. I'm just going to set it right there. The rear wheels, they came off of these here vans that I had talked about in my finds video. I'd got these for wheel donors. So yeah, the rear wheels from this van and this van, 2 of them, I took the rear wheels off of these vans and put them together on the back of that truck. And you talk about a mess. I took this van apart first, and the rear axle, I had no trouble getting it out of the frame. But when it came to that front one, for the life of me, I couldn't get the axle out of it without tearing up the frame. Yeah, I tore the frame up. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let me see. Let me show y'all if I can. That's how much is gone from the frame. I tore that piece up and still had them pieces on the axle. I thought I wasn't ever going to get them off, but I just had to do a little thinking outside the box. That's MacGyver. And I finally got the axle off the front. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Probably it's just gonna be scrap, junk pile. I might take that push grill bar off there save for a General Lee build someday if I was to build another one or get someone build one. But anyway, this one here, now I didn't break the frame on it. And the crazy thing is on this one is, the first van, the back wheels come off easy and the front ones was hard. Well, this one was totally reversed. The front wheels come off easy and the back one was hard. But I managed to get the back one off without breaking the frame. Excuse me. I got to take this water in my drink. It made my throat dry. Anyhow, so like I said, I can probably put a set of regular old plastic wheels on this one, because I got another one of these that's got, it's still in the package. So this was just, like I said, those were wheel donors. So anyway, the front, I put the back wheels from the 2 vans on this. Well, then I had the front wheels left over, so I put the front wheels on this. Let's move this out the way. I put the front wheels on this here little car and made it look a lot better. Yeah. Dang. Let's see something here. I hate trying to move this thing, but how about that? Does that look pretty good, little old car there with those wheels? I hope so. I like it. Oh, yeah, I definitely like it. Let me show you the ugly wheels that were on it. Those wheels was on this car. To me, that's about the ugliest pair of wheels you'd ever want to put on something. I just don't care for those wheels. I wouldn't want none of them on a real car, much less a Hot Wheel. But yeah, I put these on it, got a little bit more rubber on the tire, makes the car look more, to me it makes the car look more realistic. Yes, indeed. So anyway, looks like the back right wheel got jammed in there. I may have to take this thing back apart. I don't know. Looks like the back left wheel was all down up in the frame, but I'm working on it right now, trying to see if I can fix it. Let's see if that looks better. Yeah, I think it was just I didn't check it before I did the video, started this video. But anyway, this is a Buick Riviera somebody sent me. I have no idea. I've had it since 2019. This is about the only Riviera I got. I got that old art car one, that green one. That's about the ugliest car you'd ever want to see. But anyway, that's about it, guys. I didn't mean to have such a long video, but by golly, it's about time I finally did something. I ain't did a video in a while. So anyway, I don't know what's going to be next. I'm going to try to get some packages mailed out tomorrow. I ain't promising, but I said I'm going to try. So maybe I can get some of that done. I don't know. But anyway, I'm happy with the Riviera. Looks good with those wheels on it. Rolls great. It's just the axle had got popped up in there on the back side of that side, I guess. Looks all right now, I think. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, and sorry if I bored anybody. Like I said, I'm sort of out of whenever you don't do videos, you kind of get out of the hang of things or the swing of things or whatever, you know what I mean? Kind of seems awkward in a way, but anyway, that was my fixings for the last few weeks there, whatever me and old Pete been messing with, no doubt. So, anywho, until next time, I want to thank everybody for watching. I may have already said I want to thank everybody for watching, but dang, like I said, it's been a while. And y'all have a good one out there, and good luck to y'all in hunting. I might get to do some tomorrow, I don't know, but anyway, and until next time, this is MacGyver, and I'm gone.